Welcome student on another video lecture. Today's topic is processing of herbal raw material. Before production of any herbal formulation, proper processing of herbal raw material should be necessary so as to preserve the active constituent in the active form in finished product to get desired therapeutic effect from that herbal formulation. And there are different steps which are involved in processing of herbal raw material. First is authentication of raw material, second cultivation of that raw material, after that collection, harvesting, drying and storage of that raw material. All these are the different steps which are involved in processing of herbal raw material. Now first we will see authentication of raw material. For raw materials which are used for herbal formulation, they are from botanical origin, so scientific name or scientific classification of that particular drug should be find out, that is which it comes under which genus, species, variety, chemotype, which part is involved, because the different parts contain different constituent. For example, when we are using clove, then we are using clove bud or flower. Senna leaves we are using because the active constituent which are responsible for giving purgative effect, that part is leaves. So different parts of plant are used for different therapeutic effect. For that reason, which part is using or which part we are employed, that should also be mentioned, and it should give proper information about all these scientific classification, which part is used, and it should be verified from the qualified botanist or the institution, and all the information should be documented or recorded. The species or botanical variety selected for cultivation should be of same specified in official pharmacopoeia or national document. So the variety or species which we are using for particular formulation, which variety or species is required for that particular formulation, that must be cultivated. For that reason, it should be specified, or the information should be provided in the official book, official pharmacopoeia or national document. In case of newly introduced medicinal plant, when the information is not there in national documents or pharmacopoeia, in that case it should be identified, it should be documented by any herbarium or by qualified botanist, or for that reason specimen of that particular species is sent to the herbarium, and identification and documentation of complete plant should be find out, and then only it will undergo cultivation. Following information should be provided or documented, evaluated for herbal raw material. When we are using herbal raw material, that must be a particular specific species which is responsible for that particular therapeutic effect. It should be selected, and for that reason, which active constituent or pharmacologically active constituent which are present in that particular drug which is giving that particular therapeutic effect, it should be identified. So whenever the herbal raw material is used, then pharmacologically active constituent, toxic constituent and marker compounds which are present in that particular plant, they are identified or evaluated. After that, macroscopic and microscopic description of raw material should be there. Macroscopic means when we are using our sense organ to identify that particular drug or to evaluate that drug, then it is macroscopic evaluation. From the color, odor, taste, we can identify the drug. Microscopic description, that means histological information about that particular plant part is identified by taking transverse section of that particular plant, and complete information should be evaluated and provided and documented. For minerals or chemical, physical form, structural formula, molecular formula, relative molecular mass, all these are the identified, and it should be evaluated and documented so that complete authentication of that particular plant species is done before it will go under cultivation, or before it will undergo processing for manufacture of particular formulation. Now, cultivation of herbal raw material. Cultivation of medicinal plant require intensive care and management. Various factors such as environment, soil, irrigation, pest, it is play a vital role. So when we are cultivating any plant, proper care should be taken, and there are various factors such as environmental condition. For example, saffron, it requires cold climatic conditions, whereas aloe required dry weather. So whatever the environmental conditions which are required for that particular plant, according to that environment should be provided. Soil, some require calcareous soil, some plants require sandy soil, some requires loamy soil. So different types of soil, highly fertile soil, some plants are requiring. So according to the need of that particular species or particular plant, the soil should be selected. Some require irrigation, complete irrigation, whereas for example, vinca, water logging should be provided. More amount of water should not be supplied, that will deteriorates the plant. So according to the nature and need, aloe, it require less or no water or less irrigation. So according to the nature of the plant, the irrigation or water supply should be provided. Pests are the major concern, because pest will destroy the plant crop in large amount, and there will cause various type of infection and diseases to the plant, or sometime it will destroy the complete crop also. For that reason, pest control techniques are also there. So while cultivating the plant for herbal formulation, the proper care, intensive care should be taken so that the healthy plant will grow, and it will give the plant part with more concentration of active constituent. These factors may vary from one plant to another, and scientific documentation method should be followed. For cultivation of particular plant, the scientific documented method which is given in the official book or which is given in the pharmacopoeia, that should be followed. Or if no data is not available about how that particular plant is cultivated, what are the requirements for cultivation, in that case traditional method which is followed by the farmers and that should be adopted, or systematic method should be developed through research for that particular plant if the information is not given in the official book. Good agriculture practices in cultivation and conservation of agriculture, which aims to improve. So good agriculture practices are used for the cultivation of medicinal plants so as to improve and conserve or more efficient herbal medicinal plants should be produced by using efficient use of natural resources and organic fertilizers and natural resources are used, so that the good quality medicinal plant is produced, and finally you are getting a formulation with better therapeutic effect. Now here some examples of medicinal plants, how their different conditions are required for different types of plant, that should be mentioned here. For example, periwinkle, it is mostly cultivated in Tamil Nadu, and it requires light sandy soil rich in humus. After that, second is cinchona, which is mostly cultivated, first time it is cultivated in Nilgiri hills, and it requires acidic soil, temperature 15 to 23 degrees Celsius, and nitrogen is required for proper growth and development of cinchona plant. Diascorea, it is cultivated in Himalayan region, Jammu Kashmir, and it requires high dose of manures as well as irrigation is also required in case of Diascorea. Isabgol, it is mostly cultivated in Gujarat. It is a rabi crop and which required light sandy loamy soil. Indian Senna, it is mostly cultivated in Kidney Valley and it requires red loamy, coarse gravelly soil. Poppy plant, which is cultivated in Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan. Cold weather is required. Highly fertile and well-drained loamy soil with sand is required. So, from that chart we can know that each and every plant requires certain different conditions of cultivation and different altitude of for its cultivation, and environmental conditions are different. So according to the need of each and every plant, the soil should be selected, and all the conditions are maintained so that a healthy plant will grow. Seeds and other propagation material. Suppliers of seed and other propagation material should specify all the necessary information relating to the identity, quality as well as their breeding history. So whoever the supplier of that particular seed or propagation material such as tubers, root or stems are there for its cultivation, then it should provide the complete information relating to its identity, complete identification as well as quality of that plant, and if there are any breeding techniques are applied on that particular plant, the breeding history, all the information should be provided by the supplier to the cultivator. The seed and propagation material, that should be free from contamination, otherwise it will produce a plant which is having a certain type of diseases. So contamination free and disease free propagation or material or seeds should be given to the cultivator to promote healthy plant growth. Now collection of raw material. For collection of herbal raw material, following factors should be considered. First is labor. For proper collection of plant material, the collection of plant material is done by skilled and unskilled labor. When the particular plant material is collected by unskilled labor, then that labor were not aware about the facts. For example, leaves. When the leaves are fully grown and dark green in color, that leaves contain higher concentration of active constituent, and if such leaves are collected for any formulation, herbal formulation, then it will give its therapeutic effect. Whereas same type, if small leaves, immature or not fully grown leaves are collected, in that case that particular formulation is not giving that therapeutic effect whatever which is mentioned by that formulation. For that reason, if the skilled laborers are there, then they will collect the good quality of raw material, and finally the formulation will give the therapeutic effect. For that reason, the cultivation and collection of plant material is done by the skilled labor, then it is always beneficial. Second, season. There is different season for collection of different types of plant material. For example, in case of rhubarb, in winter season the rhubarb contain no anthraquinone derivatives, whereas same rhubarb if collected in warmer season, it contains anthrol, which on oxidation it will converted into anthraquinone derivative. For that reason, the collection of that rhubarb should be in warmer season. Same way, for example, barks which are collected during rainy seasons, for example cinnamon bark, cinchona bark, because they are easily detached from the tree trunk and can be easily quilled and collected. For that reason, the rainy season is the best season for collection of bark. In this way, which season we are collecting, that will also differ the quality of that material. Age, generally in case of digitalis leaves or aloe vera leaves. After cultivation, 2 years of cultivation, these are collected for herbal formulation as a herbal raw material, because these are at that time they are healthier and giving higher concentration of active constituent. For that reason, age of the plant is also important. In case of senna leaves are collected after 6 months. First plucking is done after another 1.5 month, second plucking. In this way, after another 1 month, third plucking is done. In this way, senna leaves are collected. So age of that plant is also differ, and different age conditions are there for different plant. So according to the type and nature of the plant which we are using as a herbal raw material, these factors also consider. Location of plant is also important. For example, in case of tea leaves, it requires an altitude of 1000 to 1500 meter, whereas cardamom, it requires 500 to 1000 meter altitude. As well as when we are seeing the saffron, it requires a cold climatic condition, whereas aloe require a dry weather condition. So according to the different conditions of locations which are required, the plants are cultivated in different location, then they will give more healthy growth of the plant, and finally the active constituent concentration is more in that case, and that will give more therapeutic effect. So according to the location, age, season, and which type of persons who are collecting that plant, all these factors should be considered while collection of raw material. Now here are different parts of plant and what are the different conditions for their collections are given. First, leaves. Leaves must be collected before their maturity, that is just before the flowering stage. The leaves are collected when they are fully mature, just before their maturity, before flowering stage. For example, senna, digitalis, vinca, belladonna, all these leaves are collected. Whereas the aloe vera leaves, they are when they are fleshy and thick, at that time they are collected. Flowers are collected in morning hours of dry weather, during pollination, or just before their full expansion. Just before full expansion or during pollination, flowers are collected. Example is saffron and clovebuds. Barks are collected in spring or early summer when the cambium is active, and are collected by felling, uprooting, and coppicing. Felling means the bark is cut at the base and it is fall down, and bark is peeled off. Uprooting means by digging method, roots are the plant is taken out by digging, and after that the peeling of the bark should be done. Coppicing means continuously removing the shoots to get bark, that is known as coppicing. So all these are the different methods which are used for collection of bark. Roots are collected in spring before the vegetative process stop. Complete vegetation or complete fully mature plant is there and the vegetative process is stopped. At that time the roots are collected by just by digging, and then they are transversely or longitudinally sliced for easy drying. And rhizomes, when they are rich in food material and active constituent, at that times rhizomes are collected. Fruits, ripe or half ripe or fully grown fruits are collected. For example, in case of cardamom, fruits are collected just before dehiscence, just before rupturing of the fruit. These fruits are collected. In case of bale and tamarind, the fruits are collected at full maturity. Caraway, fennel, corianders, they are collected just full ripening. Just before full ripening, all these umbelliferous fruits are collected. In case of unorganized drug, such as gum and lattices, drugs are collected when they are start oozing out from the plants. Acacia gum is collected after 2 to 3 weeks by making incision on the bark of the tree, and after 2 to 3 weeks of making incision, the gum is collected. Opium and papaya latex are collected just coagulation of latex. For example, on poppy capsule, the incision is given in afternoon, and on second day it will be coagulated, and that coagulated latex is collected just by scraping. In this way, there are different techniques or different timing of collection of each part of the plant. Now remaining portion of that processing of herbal raw material we will continue in next lecture. Till now, thank you.